would Jaden Daniels look good in silver and black?
He would, man. We will be a box office Hollywood hit.
Aiden O'Connell, I think, can get us to the playoffs. Can he get us over the hump? I don't know. In a big game,
he has the tools. He has the tools.
He does, but you know what I see that my only issue with Aiden O'Connell, besides him not being very mobile, he can be, but not. I mean, he's not going to blow you away with athleticism. It's his mentality. He's got the nice guy mentality, and Coach AP even said this when they said, "What one thing would you like to see Aiden O'Connell improve in the offseason?" And he said, "Be more vocal."
Yeah,
he's too quiet. He's as quiet as a church house mouse on the sidelines, and you can't do that. You got to have that killer Tom Brady instinct to be a champion. You've got to have that ability when your right tackle doesn't guard you and lets you get sacked over and over again to straight up get in their face and cuss them out. You got to have that fire in you. Peyton Manning had that in him. Tom Brady had that in him. Joe Montana, Steve Young, Troy Aikman, they all had that fire in them that if you're not doing your job, I'm in your face.
Yeah.
And Aiden O'Connell doesn't have that right now.
But I think of a guy who's like kind of quiet and he doesn't talk as much. Eli, he wasn't like super like pushy, but he had that defense, man, and he cashed in, so.
And Antonio Pierce even said that as much as he loves Peyton Manning, the defense won those Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And he's not lying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That whole D-line, man, you had no time.
Exactly. But you know what? We do have plenty of time for it, and that's for the 90 people in here right now to hit that like button and help us get this out to more people, and hit that share button and share it out to all your friends and family that are Raider Nation. Let's help get this live up to 100 likes. Can we get it up to 100 likes? We're at 24 right now. There's 80 plus people in here. I think if all of 80 plus people were to hit that like button right now, we would be over 80.
Hit Pretty that simple. Like button, people. It's free.
It is free, but it is super beneficial to us to help grow this thing out.
Raider Nation.
But then Matt thinks that Minshew's going to start. I disagree, bro. I disagree. I think Minshew was a insurance policy Band-Aid. But I think if it's just Aiden O'Connell and him, if that's the only battle and we don't have a Jaden Daniels in the mix, I think Aiden O'Connell wins. Aiden O'Connell has a better arm. Minshew just runs around a lot.
Yeah, and just a little bit more experience also as well. But I know that a lot of fans out there want to go with Minshew Mania.
I mean, he'll win you some games. So Natural Immunity says Jordan Travis. I agree. Like, if you don't get Jaden Daniels, then you grab Jordan Travis in round 3. Either him or Rattler. And so now you've got this 3. But actually, we would have 4 quarterbacks. But Anthony Brown is not going to be.
Yeah,
he's not going to be there.
Practice squad.
He'll be practice squad guy. He'll probably get picked up off the practice squad by another team, more than likely. But he's definitely not. I know people get excited about him because he was Lamar Jackson's backup, but trust me, he is not an elite quarterback at all. And the only reason why they brought him in, and you see they didn't keep him, they just brought him in case Lamar gets hurt. It's a similar play style, so you don't have to change the playbook up for a non-mobile quarterback. That's the only reason why they brought him in. But you know, those mobile guys that play that style are a dime a dozen out there in the NFL now. So they didn't keep him. They didn't keep him because he's not that great. So don't get too excited about Anthony Brown. Now, a guy
Yeah.
like Jordan Travis, you can get excited about because had he not broke his leg,
Oh
it
yeah.
is quite likely he would have been the national champion with FSU and probably the Heisman Trophy winner or close.
Yeah.
He probably would have got the second vote if not beating out. And he may have actually won it over Jaden Daniels because he beat Jaden Daniels in week 1
Yeah.
of the college regular season. So I think Jordan Travis in round 3 would be phenomenal for the Raiders quarterback room. Because again, we know what Minshew is,
Yeah.
right? He's been in the league for a few years. He's not going to be Rich Gannon 2.0. I'm sorry. I know everybody wants that. Everybody thinks that, but Rich Gannon was better than Minshew
Oh
before
yeah.
he had his second coming, right? Whereas Minshew is he's kind of, at his peak in my opinion. I think he doesn't have a whole lot more to offer because he doesn't have a super strong arm. He's a little guy, as Max
Little boy.
Crosby
He's a
loved to
little
point
boy.
out. And he gets himself into some post reads issues, runs into traffic sometimes, gets himself sacked, fumbles balls, stuff like that. He can make some plays. He can extend
Yeah.
some plays. He can scramble, and he's got the right attitude. He's got a Raider attitude, so you
Yeah. Yeah.
love that about him.
His ceiling is, cap, but it could go, and I will give him the benefit of the doubt just because he's playing with a great defense. So
Yeah, and I think that's something that could definitely, help us to take it to that next level. Is just the fact that if this defense comes together, and a big question mark is going to be at corner. Now we know Jack Jones has got it locked down on his side, and you better not throw him the ball or he might pick six you.
yeah.
But what are we going to do on the other side? If we can get that corner position figured out, then that I think our defense is top 3.
Oh yeah.
Probably number 1 in several categories, but definitely overall we're a top 3 defense.
Yeah.
We don't really have any weaknesses at all on that line now, with the addition of Christian Wilkins. If
Yeah.
if Malcolm Kuntz does what he did from the beginning of the year this year as what he did in the second half of last year, we might break a record for the defensive line as a whole getting the most sacks in a season. Guys, you've been hitting me up in the comments, and I know several of you have now gone out and gotten your first order of the Tangat Ali and the Fedosia Agrestis to help you raise your testosterone naturally. Congratulations to you guys. And for everybody that hasn't done it, here's the simple fact. Over 130 million men are suffering from low testosterone right here in the United States of America. 1 in 4 men in the United States are suffering from ultra low testosterone. You don't need to suffer in silence, and you don't have to go and put yourself on steroids and get TRT, which you will then be on for the rest of your life. Tangat Ali and Fedosia Agrestis is clinically proven to help you raise your testosterone naturally. It's way cheaper, it's way more effective, and doesn't have all the negative side effects. So what are you waiting for? Go and hit our sponsor. Link is down in the description. It's going to save you 15% on your very first order. And guys, before we get into the video, make sure you go and hit our shop because we have dropped the merch. We got the posters, we got the shirts coming out. You're not going to want to miss out on that. Everything is on sale right now because we are just launching it. So get those deals before they go back up to regular price at the beginning of the season.